watching, it's like with baseball. Every night, my wife thinks I'm a crackhead because I'm up till 2 o'clock in the morning watching the last pitch of the last game because I can. But if I were a Big Ten fan or a Pac-12 fan, I would be so ticked off right now because at least you're trying. At least you're trying. And it's not right or wrong. I mean, I think some situations going to handle better than others. There's going to be outbreaks, but at least if you play, I am so grateful that this fall I'll get to watch college football on Saturday.
No doubt. Well, look here.
I'm really excited, man.
Look, Chappie, think about not that long ago, let's say May 1st, I'd take baseball in any denomination.
Yeah.
They're going to play football. We're going to have it.
I love it.
In some shape, form, or fashion. And the Tar Heels are a force this year, just so you know.
The Mountaineers are projected to go to 2-8. I'll tell you right now, I will streak down to the end of the block if the Mountaineers win 2 games.
Can we video this just for fun?
We're videoing this, Arnie.
I want to see this streaking down the street. I want to.
Yeah, we can video it. You don't want to see it, but yeah, we can video it. I'm sure my wife will jump on board with that.
Can you imagine
that's a good coach.
I talked about 1,000 people viewed our show in one particular show. Imagine that, Chappie. My point is though.
Clickbait. I'll do it on this show.
Hey, I gotta turn away. Look, here's the thing. If that happens though, and it's successful, does Major League Baseball, when playoff time arrives and money is at a premium, let 25% in to watch games? I know we're hypothesizing.
They're talking about doing it in a bubble, right? So
you put all the National League teams somewhere. You put all the American League teams somewhere.
Right.
There's a bubble atmosphere. It's 2020. We got to be creative. But by putting them in that bubble atmosphere and secluding the players during the playoffs, do you allow 20 or 25% fans into a stadium in that bubble atmosphere?
I'll tell you how you do it. I'll tell you how I personally would feel comfortable. If you put a plexiglass window like 20 feet up high around the park. That's how I'd feel. That's how I feel would be a good approach. You put a 20, just like they do in hockey, right?
Right.
And you need to do that anyway because people are getting killed by foul balls.
Exactly, safety, and it creates a. You're setting a parameter going forward, right?
Absolutely, because guess what? This isn't going away. We're going to be dealing with this time next year. It's about the safety precautions and the measures you can put in that enables you to get back to normal.
So set the plexiglass around the stadium. Fans are protected. Players are protected. Only let in 20%. You can do the 6 feet rule. You got to wear a mask. You give fans, make sure they have their hand sanitizer, whatever you do. But you got to wear your mask. Ushers are watching.
Yeah, whatever. However you do it, you give your body, whatever. I mean,
I think it happens.
I mean, to me, that's the only way it happens. But to me, it's inevitable that that's the way that it does happen.
And I think Alabama playing football and West Virginia playing football and Carolina playing football, once they set up parameters that show safety has been taken into consideration first, others, look, we're creatures of habit. We like to imitate, right? You see me wearing my Brooklyn jersey. What do you want to do? You want to get a retro. I mean, that's the way we roll.
Yeah.
So
for me, here's an easy change that football can do that other sports can't. Right? Basketball can't do this, baseball can't do this. Make it mandatory that face shields are worn on the face masks. Adapt those face shields so that they have a connector that snaps, just a plastic connector that's breathable, right? basically makes it so that spit particulates don't come out of your mouth.
You know, I think one player, of course, I'm a big fan because of the team he plays on. But you've watched, a.k.a. the Lone Ranger, the Masked Man for the Yankees, Clint Frazier.
No, I love him.
Wears his mask.
Did you catch that bit?
Say it again.
Did you catch my bit on him?
I did. Say it. Let's hear a little bit of that. Just the greatest hits version.
50 homer power. 50. I mean, if Gleyber Torres can hit 50 homers, Clint Frazier can hit. They talked about this dude's forearms are humongous. I mean, this dude's a specimen. You don't see it because that uniform's kind of baggy. He's built. I think he's a star for the Yankees. There's a reason they didn't let him go, man.
And now he's getting that opportunity, and boy, is he cashing in.
Yeah.
They got to play him, Chappie.
He's another one of those guys. I think he's like 2,700 on.
You gotta buy him every day, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, so you and I were having this conversation off the air one day this week. So I just want you to fall in with me. I'll set you up for it. You gave a comparison to Austin Meadows. Mm-hmm. You and I had this conversation, not on our show, but we're going to have it now. And you gave a comparison to Austin Meadows for a lot of different reasons.
Right.
Share with our audience why you compare Meadows to Frazier.
Yeah, and I think so. Let's position it like this, Arnie. Let's take each player and put them in the other situation. Let's take Austin Meadows and let's bring him up through the Indians and trade him to the Yankees. And let's take Clint Frazier and let's have him come up through the Pirates and then get traded. Yeah, and then get traded to Tampa. What do you think that looks like?
It looks like what you've got now, just the inverse.
Yeah, I mean, the skill set's a little bit different, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to steal. Frazier's not going to steal bases like Meadows, but Meadows is not going to hit home runs like Frazier.
Right. And the scary part is Meadows hit 30 last year?
Yeah,
so
31.
If Meadows is 31, and Gleyber's, what was he? 48? Is that what it was? It was high.
It was high. I don't think it was 48. Yeah, 30, 39.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, whatever it was. It doesn't matter.
Yes.
That's just for a second.
It was more than Meadows.
So I'm saying Frazier, power-wise alone, greater than both of those players. Frazier reminds me of Schwarber.
With a little more athletic ability.
And probably a little less power.
Fair.
We haven't seen the best Kyle Schwarber yet.
Fair. I think you're right.
And I think we're just starting to. So you think about what we're seeing with Clint Frazier right now. I think you're starting to see Kyle Schwarber when he first came on.
Right field triple, baby. Anyway, let's talk about some of these guys that are coming back from injury, chap. Charlie Morton.
Yeah.
Speaking of Tampa.
Out. I'm out. I just don't buy him. I mean, he's lost velocity. I've seen bad Charlie Morton live and up front. Sorry, I got to plug in, so bear with me.
You're good.
Talking.
You're good.
So, fact of the matter is, he was great in Houston. He was great to start out in Tampa. I just think that when you're talking about a 35-year-old pitcher, he's going to have a really hard time getting up to speed, like you said, in this short year.
No doubt.
I'm not in.
I'm not in on him or Strasburg.
I'm more interested in Brent Honeywell.
I'm not. These older pitchers, Strasburg is an older pitcher, guy. He's thrown a lot of innings. When you miss time this time of year, you're not coming back. Verlander, I heard today Verlander's throwing.
Don't buy it.
Forget it.
Yeah.
Not this year.
I don't buy it.
Go home and snuggle with Kate. I mean, that's what I do.
Yeah. Go play your scratch golf, right?
No doubt. Brendan McKay, I guess you saw a report on him today.
No, I didn't, but I'm imagining he's out, right?
He's out.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Shoulder
We all kind of
surgery.
saw that coming.
Yep.
Because if he wasn't hurt, he'd be in the rotation.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. And I saw where your boy David Dahl was scratched because of an injury today.
Yeah. Well, the Rockies are kind of going through a tough time right now. They're all of a sudden their bullpen can't get it done. They don't have a closer. Their rotation's still holding up, but they've got some glaring holes.
And how about the Dark Knight
Interesting.
making a return tomorrow for the Kansas City Royals? Yet another Tar Heel product. What about the Dark Knight? What do you think about Harvey? I mean, do you think he's got a chance? I don't know, man. He's got more lives than a Felix the Cat.
Do you want the long answer or the short answer?
Give me the short answer. He sucks, right?
They're both the same now. He's done. I don't know. I mean, it's a good situation for him, right? Because they need pitchers. But I just don't see him being, he's certainly not the – it's weird what happened with him, too, because he just lost it pretty much overnight, right?
It's like that playoff, that year they make the playoffs, and it reminded me of David Cone. This goes way back, Chappie. 1995, Mariners, Yankees, Cone's pitching in a winner-take-all game in Seattle in the Kingdome, and Showalter leaves him in. I kid you not. Cone threw 145 pitches.
Yeah.
And remember, World Series not that long ago, playoff. Harvey's in the playoffs. Mets need him. He's had a great year. And they never take him out. And he's never been the same since. And it happened to a Twins pitcher. It happens to these teams who wear their pitchers out.
Every fifth day, pretty much, right?
Santana throws a no-hitter for the Mets. Remember? Johan throws his first no-hitter. Threw I think it was a ridiculous number, like 155 pitches. And he was never able to pitch after that.
Yeah.
So Harvey, I'll give him an A for effort, but I got to give him an F for results. He's just not been the same.
No.
And I don't know if he's developed a new pitch. Well, how cool would it be, though, Chappie, if he comes out tomorrow night, looks like Tim Wakefield throwing a knuckleball or something?
I don't see it.
I
don't see it happening.
I don't either, but I'm just saying.
Tim Wakefield was a special pitcher.
Yeah.
I saw him on multiple occasions. He was a good pitcher. That's tough to do. Now if you told me he's going to come out and pitch like CC did, I might be more apt to buy it. But I don't think that's him.
No. CC redeveloped. I mean, he became a totally different finesse pitcher. Anyway, let's talk about some standings. We'll get out of here real quick just to close the show. Yankees, Tampa. If the season ends today, Baltimore's a wild card.
Baltimore's getting ready to go on a long slide, though, Arn. You know that.
Can the hitting sustain? I mean, they've had some guys really hit.
Yeah, I think it does.
How about you don't think the pitching can?
No, I don't. I'll tell you, I like their young hitting a lot. Santander's a good ball player. Alberto's a good ball player. Rio Ruiz is a good ball player. Santander is a good ball. They've got a good team offensively. I thought for sure that we'd see Mountcastle by now.
Me too.
I think Austin Hayes is a good ball player. He hasn't found it. We've talked about Otley Rushman. I'm not his biggest fan, but I'm not saying he's not a good ball player.
It's funny, Chappie, the players we talked about, you and I, and look, we usually nail it between the two of us. But the players we talked about on the Orioles being an outside chance of being fantasy relevant have not been, and ones we didn't talk about, I'll admit it, I was out. I didn't hit the Orioles at all this year. Not before the season started. So, looking at the Central, here's a real question.